right to resign?
Was David Law's right to resign? Diane Abbott.
I think it's a very tragic case. I think in the circumstances he did the right thing by resigning. I think in Westminster a lot of people do feel sorry for David Laws, and it was an awful combination of circumstances. But I must say, in the long run, the people we should feel sorry for are the people who are going to lose their jobs and their services because of the cuts that David Laws was poised to make.
Okay. Matthew Paris.
No, he was wrong to resign, and those people in the media who tried to push him were wrong to push him. And the Daily Telegraph made a bad judgment in this, and I think that they know it. David Laws was not trying to enrich himself. Nobody who knows him or anything about this case thinks that this was a case about money at all. It was a case about his probably unrealistic desire for privacy. And it was completely wrong to elevate it to the sort of national story that it became.
Why do you think the Telegraph did it? If they did it maliciously, is that what you're suggesting?
I'll tell you why I think they did it. The Telegraph don't like the coalition. They don't actually like Cameron conservatism. They're not wild about gays, and they have achieved a huge circulation boost through attacking MPs' expenses, and this one ticked all their boxes.
So it was homophobic?
There was an element of it under the surface there.
But isn't the law for MPs that they're banned from paying rent to partners for whatever reason, and you broke that law?
Yeah, it isn't a law, but those are the
rules.
And many MPs have broken the rules. Liam Fox paid back £22,000 in March. There was no peep of a suggestion that he should go, and of course he shouldn't have gone, because he hadn't meant to be dishonest. I also think, I realise I'm going to get nowhere, and David Laws will get nowhere, and he probably knows he will get nowhere with this argument. But actually, the case that this person wasn't entirely his partner is a stronger case than has been suggested. If you were living in a house and you had a landlady who was just your landlady, if you were a man, and you fell in love with her and you ended up spending quite a lot of time with her and sleeping with her, but you didn't marry her, you didn't take out any kind of partnership with her, you didn't go out socially with her, you didn't share household expenses with her, you didn't share an account with her, she was just your secret lover. Is she or isn't she a partner? I happen to think that is actually not an open and shut case.
Well, okay, hold on a second then. Kelvin McKenzie.
Do you know, I really hate that argument. You know, the truth about the matter is that this guy was Chief Secretary of the Treasury. If he had any time prior to the election had actually said to the voters, look, actually, this is what I am. I'm writing my cheque for 40,000 quid, and this is the case. That would have been all right. Instead of that, what he actually did was he encouraged the voters of Yeovil through the leaflet which he distributed through every single letterbox to every constituency in Yeovil, saying, I am Mr. Clean. This is what the leg report said about me. I'm in the frame. So actually, you're a voter in Yeovil. You're thinking, hey, I've got a great MP, and he appears to be a pretty good MP. Actually, though, no, not at all. He knew what the rules were. And as for the suggestion that in some way that Matthew really makes, which is actually that he is that this was not a real relationship. Truth about the matter, they've been together one way or another. Good for them. For 8 to 9 years. Secondly, because of the financial position that Mr. Laws was in, he was able to buy a quite attractive house in the south of France, probably similar to your own, right, in which he and his partner went and spent all their holidays. Good luck to them. The suggestion that in some way journalism, remember the Daily Telegraph, we wouldn't know a single thing about this disgraceful. It's our money. You know, in commercial circumstances, it's different. You'd lose your job, but it's just private money. It's our money. He actually took money off us. And the reason they don't like it, by the way, they don't like you taking taxpayers' money and paying it to your partner, is in case it's what is known in the trade as a reverse Scamboli, i.e. it goes into the partner and back out again into your pay packet.
But Matthew Paris made the point about the Telegraph and other papers being homophobic. Your paper, The Sun, had a survey, a public opinion survey, is it right to have a gay in the cabinet? Was that the right thing to do? Is that homophobic?
I'm a columnist for The Sun.
Yeah, come on. You can resign from The Sun if you disapprove of it, and you edit it for years. Do you agree with that or not?
I don't know why they put that question in. You get that question. What did emerge in it is that they said that they didn't think that which was an answer to your question. The survey also showed they did not believe that the Conservative-Liberal alliance had been damaged by the departure of this, and you'll hear from David Willetts on this, the, quote, genius of a man who had been in office for 16 days. He should have gone, and actually what there should be is a rerun. If he really believed, right, there should be a rerun of the Yeovil election to see whether they feel the same way.
Okay. Much more to come from our panel, but also from our audience. You up there, sir?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, in relation to Matthew's point, that was a terrible cop-out answer, to be honest. It's nothing to do with homophobia. It's about accountability. We're 3 weeks into a new government, and you've got probably the man with the second most important job in the Treasury right now having to resign. Complete disgrace, and it's an absolute nightmare to go on forward.
David Willetts, do you agree with that point?
Well, I think actually I think it's a great loss to the government, and I think it was his personal decision. I'd like to come back to...
No, hang on. Can you answer his question, that he had to go? He's in a senior position in government and he had to go.
I don't think he did have to go. I think it was his personal decision about the pressures he was under.